How's it going, bro? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is David Fritz, and in this video we're going to talk exactly about how to make minimal house music like Crustacea and Coulter. So let's dive straight into FL Studio. The way how I would start my track in this case is I would first of all choose the right kick. So I've chosen this specific kick here. As you can see, it has a very strong character. It doesn't sound like a very clean kick. I also pitched it up one semitone because I somehow thought that this is going to sound better. You can obviously do it with this little knob here. I added to channel 5 because on channel 5 I have all my mixing plugins installed, so I don't have to reassign everything. So everything you have to really do is just to press this little metronome, press this recording button, and then you're gonna press also the 3 to 1 so you have time to actually record it. Then on your keyboard you're gonna press a key which is the letter Q, and then each single time the metronome is playing, you're playing the kick. Like this. Obviously now you're gonna see that the kick is not exactly on the grid, it's a little bit off the line, so everything you have to do is just to press Command A to select all the notes and then Command Q to quantize them. So now they're snapped to the grid, as you can see here. Now it sounds perfectly aligned to the metronome here. Perfect, so we can do this. Perfect. So now for minimal house music, it's very important that we're basically choosing the right sound. Sound selection here is the most important thing, and also a bit of groove is also very important. But let's first of all start with some really groovy hi-hats. So I found this specific hi-hat loop, but I didn't really like the clap which is in it. We're gonna basically cut away specific things. For example, I would cut away the hi-hat. So for this, I'm gonna go on the slice section and just basically drag it from top to bottom, slice it up, and just remove the clap because I don't like it at all. I want to exchange it with another clap which matches better into the vibe of the song. Everything you do is you go back to this draw thing and just with 2 fingers click in the same time. So now we have no clap. I like this loop a lot because it has groove. You can see that it doesn't sound perfect, generic. It sounds a bit like it has some groove and a bit of shuffle in it. Cool, now we're gonna also duplicate this, so we're gonna basically press Command and in the same time we're gonna select all the notes here like this and drag it to the left. And then we're gonna press Command B just to basically push it to the right side. Always be careful when you duplicate it to the right, make sure that it's on the grid, because now it was off the grid and it's gonna sound horrible if it's not on the grid here. So we're gonna do this once, we're gonna maybe do it another time. Always make sure it's on the grid. Good, perfect. So now it's time to add a good clap. So I found this clap, I think this sounds really good. So now we're gonna write a clap pattern. For this, we're gonna press FN and then F4, and we're gonna write a new clap pattern. And then we're gonna put it into the playlist, and here we're pretty much just gonna, again, do the same thing as with a kick. So every second kick, we're gonna play a clap. Enable the recording button, and then this. The same principle again, Command A and then Command Q to quantize it. If you have gotten any value from this video so far, please make sure to like it right now and subscribe to my channel to not miss out any house music production tutorials or my music in the future. So usually minimal deep tech, especially radio edits, don't start straight away with the kick hitting intensely. If it's an extended mix, yes, maybe for sure. But basically what we're doing here, this little thing is an automation. We're gonna just make it bigger. This is an automation. This is basically like the same thing as the DJ does. It has basically a high-pass filter installed in my playlist. So this is responsible for the kick being high-pass, as you can hear here. Everything really did here was the kick. It has here the high-pass, low-pass filter. As you can see, this one is now enabled like this. Without it, it would sound like this, obviously. I also boosted a little bit on the top end because I thought it sounded really cool. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna, in this automation clip, once the drop starts at bar 9, we're going to bring down this high pass filter to 0, so then the kick is playing at its full power. Okay, and then we can also again duplicate those ones. With a clap, of course. Good. But let's start the track with this. So now also for a Crustacea we need a very typical synth stab or like some synths. So I found this synth stab on Serum and I think I really like it, so we're gonna write a little pattern now with this one here. If you're obviously wondering how I'm making my sounds, most of the time either I'm using samples or I'm finding presets and then I'm tweaking on presets a little bit just to make them sound better, but I'm not really sound designing everything from scratch because it's gonna take way too much time. Also make the notes a little bit shorter because we want it to be a stab. So in this case, we have now the stab playing here. So now from bar 9 we want to add a little drop, but before the drop we want to basically make something quieter, so we, as a listener, if you for example take hi-hats or a kick away, you know that something new is coming. So usually what I do, a bar before the next part or the next phrase of the song, I remove the kick like this, 1 bar or a half a bar, something like this, so people be like, oh okay, kick is missing, what's coming now? Now obviously from bar 9, which is the drop, we're gonna need a bass line. So now let's write a very typical Chris Dusty and McCulture bass line. So for this I found again a very cool preset. As you can see, it's a combination between a sine wave and a saw wave. I might even want to add another wave, like this one, to make it sound more aggressive. We're gonna basically go on specific wavetable and we're gonna look on specific shapes, basic shapes, and then we're gonna zip through the presets here. I like this one a lot as well. Always make sure when you have bass lines that the randomness is at 0 because you don't want it to be random where the wave starts. So now let's write a little bass line together with a gig. So now perfect, it's added here to the drop. What I'm doing usually when I'm making a bass line, I always add it straight away to channel 3, because on my channel 3 I have a plugin which is called the LFO tool, which is basically a mixing plugin where I can sidechain the volume of the bass line. So every time the kick is playing, the volume of the bass is ducked down, because we need this to make it really sound really clean and very well mixed. But what I like to do as well now here from bar 7 is to add some sort of crashes, because we want to create a little build-up as well. So now let's find a good crash. So from Evolution of Sound, I found a really good crash. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add this here, but we don't want the whole loop, we just want to we're gonna probably start from bar 5. Boom, boom. And now from bar 9 we're gonna add a very loud drop. So I found this Cashmere crash, which sounds really good in the context. Obviously it's not the right place. So now we want to also add another synth here from bar 11 or 12, just to add a bit of ear candy and bring something interesting into the song. From the Culture sample pack I found this specific synth pad. This sounds not very clean, but obviously we want to add a bit of texture and a bit of an interesting character. So now on channel 26, where this specific synth stab is, I want to add a plugin which is called the Bit Crusher, which is gonna crush the bits out of the song. Without it, with it like this. So we can actually saturate certain frequencies with this one. I think this one is also completely for free. Obviously now this one sounds a bit too highly, like basically the high frequencies are too relevant. So we're gonna bring it down a little bit here on the top end with an EQ. Again, duplicate all of it. I also think that this specific synth step is right now in a low pass filter. Like I think just the low frequencies are coming through. So we're gonna need to double check if on the preset there is some sort of a low pass filter applied, and we need to open that one up. It's not this one. It might be actually a low pass filter that I have already installed here. As you can see here, yes. This needs to open up. So I have this low pass filter here, so we're gonna create an automation clip by just double clicking it on the blue little line and create an automation clip. So then in the playlist you're gonna see now this automation clip, which is gonna basically responsible for the low pass filter on this chord, or this chord step. So now this one should be all opened up. Perfect. So now what we want to add as well from bar 13 or 17 is another pad. This is actually one of the pads that I sound designed completely for myself, but this is just necessary if you really think that this will suit into the track. If it doesn't suit into the track, there's really no point doing those and doing those sound design things. But I think it sounds perfect. So I wrote this specific pad pattern. So now let's add this one here from bar 13. See if this matches actually. So as you can see, what's so special about this pad is that we have this LFO. It's basically an automation in this low pass filter of the pad. So every 16 bars, you can see it goes up like this, which means that every 16 bars we have this, like, you can hear the higher frequencies, but just for this very short period of time. Like this, you can hear it now. It's gonna go up, the filter opens up, and it goes down again. So it's very important in minimal deep tech to do minimal things, minimal automations with a minimal, especially low pass and high pass filter automations within each element, together with a lot of saturation. Also, if you're obviously wondering where you can get this house music production template, what I'm using right now every single time I produce a new song, with all those channels assigned, it's pretty much 60 mixing chains ready to go. Make sure go on gumroad.com. This is going to save you a lot of times, because this is what I'm using every single time. I don't have to assign everything. I have all the mixing plugins ready to go. I just have to make the song, and then the mixing plugins are there right away to start. If you want to get this one, make sure to go on gumroad.com. The link for that is under this video, and save yourself all the time of not having to do this every single time from scratch. It's just going to make it really easy for you to really jumpstart your productions without having to do this every single time from scratch. So now what we could obviously do from bar 17 is add some sort of rides. I already created this little ride pattern that matches really perfectly into it. It's pretty much just a ride, and this ride has also a bit of flanger going on. But I'm not going to make this video too long. Anyway, this was the video. I hope it could help you a little bit. If you're obviously now still struggling how to produce professional house music, I'm also offering one-on-one online coaching. Make sure that you sign up before Friday the 27th November, because we have a massive Black Friday deal going on. So right now you're going to get this online coaching for 20% off for each session, which is going to give you a ton of value. So if you're still struggling with sound selection, mixing, marketing, branding, I can help you in any of those areas. So make sure to message me privately over Instagram and just tell me a little bit about your struggles, what you want to learn the most, what's the thing that which is holding you back, and I can make sure that we're going to get you to the next level of house music production and level up your music production skills. Thanks a lot for watching this whole video, bro. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.